この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for ReZero Season 2 Episode 7, and to be honest, I'm a little bit discombobulated. It's been a week since we watched the last episode, and so I wanted to take some time to recombobulate a little bit, and the way that I'm going to do that is in stages. We're going to start with a gestury drawing to sort of put me into a particular headspace, and I think you'll understand why when you see what I'm going to draw. Well, interesting. I don't often title these, but this one I'm going to title because it just immediately has one. The Jaws of Despair. Part of me wants these to be like three-dimensional back in this space so that they're surrounding our figure. But I think that if I tried to do that, I'd upset the light and dark, the empty space in the frame. Unless I did it much better and was much better at this and had the ability to like frame out everything that I was going to try to do before I did it, which I don't, not at present. But what I find interesting about the way that this has turned out, and it's so often that something that I don't intend becomes interesting, is because of the way that it's turned out, it feels like the jaws are like closer to us, almost as though the character that's reaching forward is reaching through the jaws as they threaten to clamp down on his hand and reaching toward us, which fits a lot of the imagery that we have. There's a goal that Subaru is running towards, moving towards, and reaching out for. But it feels this time like forces on all sides, forces with teeth, are crunching down on him. And the teeth is important because it's not quite clear who our allies are. And a lot of our enemies seem to have teeth. At the end of the last episode, it was sort of a double whammy, with Frederica revealing herself to be a friend, but one bound by some strange oaths that make it difficult to trust her, and revealing that she could become this physically bestial, monstrous form. Whereas on the other side, it was one of those fucking actual legit witch fiend monster things. Also bad doggo. So maybe it's less that these are all jaws of despair, and more that we're reaching into the middle of an existing, ongoing conflict as this clash happens in front of us. Or maybe I've got the whole idea wrong, and instead of reaching out and through, this is a person reaching out as they're pulled back and away. As Subaru looks at the conflict really happening in his world, he's pulled out of it and pissed about it. Finds himself in Betty's little library, and he wants to die at this point, I think. That's my thought in terms of where Subaru is at. As he wanders that hall, having seen Petra demolished, having lost everyone and everything effectively, he wants to die. He's waiting for Elsa to come and kill him. So to be pulled into Betty's little world is like, why did you save me? But at the same time, for me watching, for us watching, I know that this is the place where we might find answers, where some things have been hinted at. While rewatching the last ep earlier today, at increased speed, sorry, but once I've already seen it, it's fine to not get the tone and stuff and to just get the dialogue for the crucial parts. Took some notes on what went down in that episode because they're important. Just little bits and pieces that I think are really important. We offered to do the trials for Amelia, and that double backfired. Garf wouldn't want it, which is strange given that he did suggest and want it in the last loop, and then it's justified by him and pink-haired girl that Razuchi is the one who doesn't want that, who wants Amelia to be the one who finishes the trial. But it's unclear why Garf was different about it this time than that time, which is not quite clear. Garf doesn't offer the crystal when they leave, while he did before, and it's unclear to me why. Roswell believes it's important for Amelia to be the one that completes the trial, which makes sense, but why this time and not the previous time? Subaru lets slide. He says, I won't be able to something this time, and Razuchi gives him a little look about that. Previously, there's been mention or conversation around a particular question that Betty is allowed to ask now, I believe is the particular context, which I think is going to be critical and maybe a way around the return by death problems. Because they may be able to infer what's going on with Subaru given third-party information without him having to say the thing or even confirm it. And they might even be able to say, if a character says to Subaru, hey man, I think you can return by death, and Subaru goes pale white and I can't say anything. That kind of confirms it, doesn't it? That does the thing. Okay. So it all comes to Betty. We're in that little library. How does she address us? What does she say? What does she ask? What does she do? At this critical point for Subaru, what will we learn? I don't know. Let's go ahead and find out. I've already done drawing. That's good. I'm already schmeddy to go for episode 7. We've got custom subs. I will ask, as always, the custom sub people, would you tell me what you did in the comments so that other people know what you have altered and made strange and different and probably significantly better than the original? Appreciate you very much. Let's watch episode 7 of season 2 of ReZero, Starting Life in Another World, and find out what the fuck we're gonna do when everything seems to be hell and it's unclear who our allies and enemies really are. So without further ado, I've got season 2, episode 7 of ReZero up and ready to go. It's 0 seconds. There'll be 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, beep timer to count you down, early access on the Patreon, because early access and it keeps the channel running and stuff, and beep timer to count you down. Let's watch this thing and find out what new hells are in store for us. Oh. Oh, healing goo? Thanks, Betty. Yeah, not what we actually want. Wow, she's shocked. I don't know if she could have. What? Roswell. No? Am I wrong? Whoa, that hit her. Whoa. Because of you, and he turns it on her. Your fault. Everything will be rewritten. No. Yeah. Suicide though. Otto. Betty, she doesn't know. She fully doesn't know. Let's go, Betty. In any other circumstance, that would be the dopest fucking thing to do. Yeah. Whoa. Ha. 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 Are Roswell and Betty actually members of the witch cult? The core of the cult? Ha. Wow, she can't. It's like she can't. That question isn't there. She's locked into a predestined path? Is she guiding? What does that mean? Does that mean you're evil? Oh, I think we could have moved your little heart on our own. Who's Okasama? Which one's Okasama? Holy shit. Betty, what are you? This is what? This is more than I bargained for. Is he gonna embrace her? Ow. Never mind, not gonna get the chance. Did the book tell you to do that, Betty? Oh, she's here. Fuck. Betty, what does the book tell you to do now? Does the book say anything about this bitch? There goes our arm. Oh, good. Okay. That's good, though. I mean, it's bad, but that's good, though, right? Hi, Betty. We'll be back. We're gonna figure this shit out. What the fuck? Okay, nothing reset in stone. Here we go again. Mother? Is Echidna her mom? What's mother? What's mother? Fuck. Hi there. Okay, we do our moments through again. Our conversation? Okay. But we're unclear because we're skimming through it. It's unclear which iteration it is exactly. Okay, it's this. It's mostly this, but he's playing it better. I'm putting on a very brave face for her. It's kind of masking. It's not saying anything to upset things. And will that go differently? I was in my own world, Otto. Full mask. Everything. You look freaked. See through. See through. You're faking it. You're a fakey faker. You're a fakey faker boy. No worries. Subaru's on the case. Yeah, and often people in deeply powerful trauma responses end up acting very calm. Hello, Garf. This is an unexpected encounter. Yeah. Huh? Last time? Yeah, but now the timing is getting fucked. Believing that you can convincingly get through all of this is silly. There are scary things afoot. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. And have magic powers. He's being so cool. It's so fake, though. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. I feel like Garfield's gonna try to kill us. Does it feel like he's gonna try to kill us? Feels like he's gonna try to kill us. I feel like we're gonna get murdered here. My guy? Nah, this Nakata. Love Bakugo. Hmm. Yeah, fair. Where's here? Am I scared for nothing? I hope I'm scared for nothing. But I feel like we're gonna get murdered in a field. Hello. Can we finally find out what the game is? I think we're in danger. No, we're in danger. Hmm. 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 The same thing Amelia said. Clearly. Okay, that's pretty dope. I don't see the path, but if Subaru does, then I'm in. And I buy it. What? Yeah. So she's not half. Uh-huh. Partial. So is she fully beast person? Okay, so less beast person, more human. That's bust. That's fucked. Well, she doesn't will to. She doesn't will to, bro. You suck. Cabo. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I thought you were gonna kill us, so I'll take it. I thought you were gonna kill us, so I'll take it, dude. I don't know who the fuck our friends are. Okay, what's he gonna say? Promise from Ryuzu. Good. Okay, so different context, same idea. Same. Well, it's so complicated. Things are so different and so the same all at the same time. Yeah, hit us with all the deets, dude. What do we not get? Right now? Oh! How strangled are we Oh, pretty strangled. But not killed. Are we being forced into the trials? What's going on? Hi, Gar. Okay. Okay, we're far away. Fucking idiot. I mean, it's smart. Like, what are they gonna do? Then tell you that there are people right nearby? You guys? Oh, he thinks he's a cultist. You can smell it. Because he keeps resetting. Ah. You got a different thing to call it? This is fun. You're useful. Don't know what that means. Shit, we're stuck and we can't die. Oh, he was going for it. Fuck. That was my move! He went for the move! Shit. We're stuck as fuck now. Oh, there's a full search. Holy shit. Yeah, that's the one I was waiting for. Nothing. Fuck, they're good. Ah, there he goes. Ah, he's probably gone. We should give up. Otto's gonna figure it out. Let's go, Otto. Oh. Tie you up, put you in a box. over stick. Damn. Poor Otto. It's gonna break him, too. Calm. Real calm, man. So fucking crazy. But it seems completely forced to. Like, it doesn't have a choice. Is bound to it, it seems. Like, that's the purpose of her life. Brutal. And he hasn't returned to give water or food either. Oh, we got an eye free. Oh, Ryuzu? Yeah. One of the clones, probably. Oh, took the gag out? Bro. Shit. Fuck. He's gonna full give in. You gotta be very thoughtful and calm in how you're planning, my guy. I thought he might try doing that. That's not a good idea. Don't do that, man. Coil yourself up like a snake ready to spring. Who will it be? Otto! Otto! Yeah, you're playing some sides, my guy. My guy! Aww! Alright, what's been going on in my absence? 3 days? 3 days. Yeah, disconnect. Hmm. Desperately trying to get you. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're the last person who's seen, yeah. Yeah, it very clearly indicates that he's got foul play in play. He just pretended to enjoy it. He was just like, ooh, shiny. Otto, my boy! Otto the lad! Otto's a fucking G. Otto! Because he's good. Because he's good. You can't stop him from being good, bro. God, that's so cool. Inspiring Otto. What if it's not for selfish reasons, my guy? A buddy. That's right, my guy. You have a friend. Oh, it's actually his first friend. Who is Buddy? Huh? This whole time, we've had love interests and compatriots. Ah, this is a friendship, man. Aww, and it's not about the things that you've done for me, it's just the friendship. Aww! No, that's good to be able to communicate that, that's great. Holy shit, I didn't expect to get emotion whomped by, like, cuteness in a death, murder, hell episode. Oh, he's full losing it, that's so great. He's gonna think that you're laughing at him. Ah! Oh, he's so embarrassed. He's laughing the other way. It's okay, he's laughing at himself, you dingus. Yeah. Oh, that's a great cut. With the tears and the smooth movement. Alright, let's go save the world. Holy shit. Truly. Now let's go save everybody. Holy shit! What? That was the cutest egg. Oh my god. I didn't even realize that was missing up until, like, there haven't been any others. I mean, there have been relationships that are friendly, like Petra, and maybe like Reinhard a little bit, but that never evolved in that way. Given a long time, Julius would be a friend, but like a frenemy, you know? I think Crucia is a friend, like actually, but there's maybe too many layers of allyship and stuff, and formality. I wonder what this is from Betty. I really wonder what that is. And I wonder who Mother is. Fucking hell. Is that what we're gonna do? Hey? Oh, a real reliable helper. What's up? Of course you would, Ram. Ha! Oh shit. No! Alright, well, murder on our heels. Oh, he transforms too. Garfield gets to become a big kitty. Or doggy, or whatever the fuck he ends up being. Wow, this was a banger of an episode. I kind of didn't expect it to be a banger in the way that it's a banger. But I expected a very different kind of banger. Oh man, I expected very different things all around. Betty is such an enigma, and even more so. I thought we were going to get answers. But instead, I've got just significant questions. This first portion. I mean, it's so hard. It's hard to separate her tsundere-ness and her, like, I'm not actually trying to help you for you, from her actual, like, whatever weird role she's locked into and whatever she's oathed to do and not do. But the way that she said it, I don't even know if it's oath-wise or if it's built into her being. She says something about, like, it only possibly being, like, the way that I am. everything I do is in accordance with the gospel's guidance, does use the term, that is the meaning of my life. And all the saving you is partly for that. But what about our friendship? What about our allyship? Yes, all of it. Yes, all of it. But I think that that's Betty, like, putting a lot of that in that box and denying her own feelings. Regardless, it's fascinating. Is it actually the same type of gospel? And given that, I mean, are the people of the witch cult interpreting it properly? Or are theirs corrupted somehow? Maybe all of the witches have gospels? Maybe the gospel is pre that? It's so unclear to us. There's so little that's known. A human, a human, a human. It's all you are, and I hate you. And then, when Elsa turns to attack Betty, Subaru stops her. And Elsa is intrigued. So, what's going on is actually, like, power struggle between two separate aspects of a witch cult, or at least a group of people who understand some significant past events and are trying to utilize them and whatever ancient powers are in play in order to shape the present. Certainly, Roswell, this makes it clear that Roswell is very much aware of these things. It probably colors why Roswell allowed Subaru into the household. The miasma smell has been on him since the beginning, obviously. And colors like all the conversations with Ram up in the room, like looking down on them. But then it raises the question of what their end game or goal with the gospel and what their motivations are. Because if they were aligned with the witch cultists, Elsa wouldn't be here murderizing us. So it's clear that while it's unclear what Roswell and Betty actually want, who they are, what their deal is, what they're oathed to, it is clear that they're not our abject enemies in the way that Elsa is. Precisely. But it's unclear where this faction's lines are drawn. It's not like having the gospel makes you a member of Betelgeuse's side of the witch cult, but it does seem to be part of it. How very fucking interesting. So we go back through and we speed through these moments. What a face. We speed through these moments, and most of them go the same way as they did in our first iteration, because Subaru avoids a bunch of the pieces from the second iteration. But this whole sequence is characterized by faces like this from Subaru, sort of knowing and calm and nonplussed and inoffensive and just generally there to have a good time and having a good attitude, happy to be here, gang, overall in terms of his attitude for all of this stuff. And it's fake, right? Inside, Subaru's a bit of a nervous wreck. So this is layers of masking, layers of acting. It's good acting, and it's acting enough that he believes it to some extent, right? He's like actually thinking it through. But then he also loses himself in thought and loses himself in his mind and all these things. And Otto sees through it. Maybe a strong indication of the way our friendship is shaping up, yes? When people begin to see and have insights toward each other, it indicates a level of at least observation and care that goes along with friendship sometimes. But Otto does the math. Amelia's having a really hard time. Usually her having a hard time will mean you'll be having a hard time. But instead you're acting in the polar opposite. You're acting like super calm and like everything's totally okay, when clearly I know that everything isn't totally okay. It's like, if a friend of yours is acting really calm, cool. If a friend of yours mom just died and 2 days later they're acting really calm and like happy and laughing a lot and like being very gregarious and over a little bit much about it, it's like, maybe there's actually something going on there, and this is a response, a compensation response to the real feelings that are inside. Sometimes the saddest people are the ones laughing the loudest. Sometimes that isn't exactly the conversation here, but sometimes the most nervous people are the ones acting not at all, fully in frozen stuff. I don't think Subaru's frozen here, but it's cool for Otto to call him out too. He's really flippant about it, just throwing out stuff about the patterns and the would have gone straight back and stuff. Fascinating. Well, you might want some info on Ram, but no. Got something I definitely need to talk to you about right now. We ask the questions about Frederica and how she got out of here, how it will give us more options, and it is revealed that they are only half-siblings, and Frederica doesn't count for the barrier. And my inference was right. Damn it. God, they got me with the bait and switch, right? I thought as soon as we entered this space, it was like, well, we're going to get murdered. And then it was like, oh, I actually just am here to have a conversation for you. And it's like, wow, that's a surprise. And then they got me with the thing that I was expecting all along, which is the magic of filmmaking and storytelling. Because if you do that, even though I expected at the beginning, they vaporized my expectations. So those went away. And I was like, oh, everything's chill. Fuck, we got. It still felt like I got. So this conversation has some wrinkles to it that are pretty interesting. I find them very compelling from like a relationship standpoint, but I'm not sure about the ramifications for them in the story. The thing that I find compelling from a relationship standpoint is the way that Subaru navigates the precision of what he wants from Amelia. He doesn't want to force Amelia to go through the trial. We get this response from Ryuzu-san that's very similar to what Amelia responded last time, which was like, I have to be able to go through this. If I just run away from difficulties, then I'm never going to grow and I'm never going to be that person. And Ryuzu begins expressing the exact same thing in a sort of a wise, I'm a wise old tiny girl child. So weird. That's not a good idea long-term for the mental health of this person, something like that. And Subaru's response is very, very careful, I think. Shouldn't totally run away from it. Definitely is eventually going to have to face it, but maybe not now in particular. And also maybe, I'm adding this, maybe not in a forced circumstance where it's time-bound and like you have to do this now or everybody that you care about fucking dies. Here, you have enough pressure maybe. You want to give her an escape, but not from the things that will hurt her the most. And my thought is, I want to prevent her from having as much pain as I can prevent, but some pain is deeply necessary for growth. Those things that will hurt her the most are the things she most needs to overcome, but the circumstance doesn't feel quite right, does it? His confidence that she'll beat it without running away is powerful and beautiful. I have complete faith that she can pull that off. Just like a I don't know. But there is no convenient path. Frederica doesn't give us a way out. Very well, we will tell no one, for we already have a different plan. And then I want to undergo the trial in Amelia's place and free everyone. For it is possible. And instead, time for you to behave. I wonder what Ryuzu-san's play there is. Just force Amelia to do it? It doesn't seem to be working. But then keeping Subaru, like, they don't kill him. They keep him around as a backup option. Something like that. Either way, it's fucked. They don't trust anyone. They're really afraid. And more importantly, they think that he's trying something. That was what Ryuzu had told Guard that they were waiting for, was any sign that Subaru was trying to, like, take power or create a circumstance. That's why we get this scene where Guard gets to throw him around and tell him, you stink all witchy, What is it that you want to do? This is a fun torture sequence. It's fun to have Bakugo's voice actor doing it. Then it becomes a not fun torture sequence. It becomes the hard part. The just stuck part. The no escape part. The trapped in a pit part. It's pretty hellish. It's also really interesting to see how Subaru shifts his perspective on something like this. This time, what is Subaru's first response? He goes for the tongue. I'm with it. I'm with him on it, too. And you know that. That's what I said the other time, right? If you're going to get bound up and trapped in a location, and that being trapped could lead you to having a reset point, where hell has happened and everything's gone wrong, ending as fast as possible and trying to get back to a reset point seems totally logical to me. We haven't done much to unpack that yet in this season. Still waiting for it to come. People have indicated that it's coming. Haven't done a lot to unpack it. It's quite possible that there will be. But I still agree with Subaru on that point. I still think that's the route. I still think so. I don't think that any of the arguments that anyone has made about it have been even close to having teeth. At least with what we've seen so far. There's information that I probably don't have about the way that this takes a toll on him. Nobody can find him. Oh, this little moment with Otto makes me think that Gar had really gotten him, but I was like, man, fucking Otto knows too much. He's too smart. He is too smart. He's smart enough right now to know that his goal should be to play the hapless Mark. His goal should be to play the hapless idiot who's going to go along with Gar, because Gar's not going to imagine that Otto's a sneaky, conniving smarts boy, because Gar's not a sneaky, conniving smarts boy. Gar's kind of an idiot. Kind of a dork. It seems to be Ryuzu who's doing the thought process thing. So Otto just has to act as dumb as a stump and just be like, yes, master, I would love to help you with your plans. Give me shinies. And Gar will tell him the whole plan. Perfect. Now, he doesn't tell him the whole plan, of course, but still, it's enough. Time to waste stuck here. We oscillate between struggling against the bonds and thinking through the possibilities. But there's no coherence to it, really. Even if that's true. Oh, anything to hear. One eye free, Ryuzu-san's feet, and no opportunity for escape. No chance. So we get to sit and sink in true despair. All the moments that have been really bad, worse than really bad. All the failures, all the times he hasn't been able to succeed. And this is worse, right? Because he's trapped here and unable to even try, unable to even run up against the wall and bash himself against the thing until it happens. Unable to even fake it, unable to even do the training style stuff that he was doing with Wilhelm, where he didn't feel like he could make progress, but he was still doing something. All that is robbed from him by these bonds. So he ends up just face down. And he goes for the worst option, starting to bang his head against the floor. And then a friend arrives. We both don't know how to quit. And Subaru doesn't understand. He doesn't understand what Otto has done. He doesn't understand how much danger Otto has put himself in for making this happen. That he turned down the gem. It doesn't click for him. It's like, why are you doing all these things for me? Of course they don't click. In the same way that Gar can't imagine somebody conniving and intelligent, Subaru might have a real hard time imagining somebody acting out of pure-hearted friendship. He does it all the time. Often in more romantic circumstances. But it doesn't even register as a possibility that somebody might care about him. That Otto might really, really care about him. Might love him platonically and be invested in his safety and his needs being fulfilled and his goals being fulfilled as well. It's a complete blindside for him. And for me too. And I think it's the cutest. I think it's the absolute cutest. We've had a few really pivotal relationship building conversations in the series. The Oni conversation, the fucking starting from zero conversation, 2 different Amelia conversations at least, maybe 3, from Lap Pillow 1, Lap Pillow 2, Hell conversation, Bad Juju breakup conversation. We've had some potent conversations, and this one goes on the shelf. It's crazy because it's all in darkness, and it's not done up at all, and it's not over the top at all. But the way that Subaru sort of dumbfoundedly is who is Buddy? Buddy? Who are you talking about? I don't have Buddy. It's friend, Tomodachi da. And then the broken laughing all the way through. And I actually really like this sort of frame. Yeah, that as as the nose travels downward. It's a cute scene. It sells it to me. A friend. In the darkest of despair, it's not Subaru able to pull himself out by his bootstraps or some magic power or some grand gesture from some romantic ally or some big cavalry charge that sweeps through and saves the day, or Subaru unlocks some latent ability in himself or anything stupid like that. It's a simple thing. It's the fact that Subaru has treated Otto like a person. He's banked that up. Without expectation of reciprocation, right? Not expecting to get anything from it. Working with Otto never seeing Otto as a means to an end or using him as such, negotiating with him at every turn, right? Like, there have been times where Otto has had things that we've needed. Cart, land dragon, transportation ability, connections to other merchants. But we've never taken those from Otto. We've never used him for those. We've worked with him to produce mutually beneficial arrangements, trade agreements, like places to sell your oil, stuff like that. And all of those acts, not expecting reciprocation, have built up a bank of real, genuine, good faith, trust, and goodwill between these two, and have led to them spending enough time together. And what do you call it when two people have trust, faith, and goodwill toward each other, have spent time with each other, have gotten to know each other, and respect each other to some significant degree? Respect each other's goals and motivations and way of doing things, general character. Call that a friendship. You start to call that a friendship. You certainly do once it gets expressed between the two of them. And they start actively, like, making unasked for maneuvers to help each other. Yeah, man. That's a friendship. That's a buddy. It's getting close to my brother. It's getting close to Nakama. It's pretty fucking sick. It's the subtle things, really, here, that come back around to help us, to save us in this moment. More importantly, to reveal that we have more connections in this world, maybe more than we ever did in our past one. I think that's really lovely and really cool, and a really great, good place to start and springboard out from in order to try to solve some of the actual real-world, physical, difficult problems that face down Subaru. How we're going to deal with Gar and Ryuzu, get out of this sanctuary, solve the trials either by Amelia or by Subaru, let alone get home, prevent Elsa from killing everybody, find out what's going on with Beatrice, discover whether we are inadvertently a member of the witch cult because we're hanging out with Roswaal and Beatrice, and basically get a lay of the entire metaphysical history of reality, because it just got shaken again. Just got shaken again real good. This is a great starting point. A friend. A friend and an escape and a path forward. Let's see how we do next time on ReZero. Thanks so much for watching this week's episode. I really do hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. Again, apologies for the week's break in between, but I didn't want to do this episode last week. It would have been shitty compared to the way that it was today, and I think we did really great today and had a good time talking about it. So that was good, and we'll hit up next episode next time. Much love. Thanks for watching. See you next week for more ReZero. Thank you so much. Early access on the Patreon. Peace.